Good morning, YouTubers, or whatever time it is where you're at. Today, we're going to address a few things that I've been reading about in the comments section. Specifically, my sovereign citizenship. At no point have I mentioned vessels, seaports, priest, my right to travel, any of this bullshit. What we are specifically talking about is Indiana rules and laws. Today, specifically, we'll use the May 19th, 2017 version. Now you're going to notice City Attorney Nick Otis is basically saying he doesn't have to follow this court order because he's filing a motion to correct error. That would be Indiana Trial Rules Procedure Rule 60, relief from judgment or order. Any ground for a motion to correct error under subsection B, which he's filing a motion to correct error under Rule 59. But this specifically addresses a motion under this subdivision B does not affect the finality of a judgment or suspend its operation. Now, he did in fact file a motion to correct error. On June 4th. On June 6th, filed a motion to stay the proceedings to enforce the judgment. I was arrested on June 5th, which incidentally also happens to be before he even entered first day of the proceedings, let alone a judge ruling on it. So under Indiana trial rules, it's a made-up sovereign citizenship. It was a valid court order when I went there. The reason I went there immediately was to not have them time to appeal it. It was valid. He addresses this in his motion to stay, that the confidentiality will be lost and is unable to be regained. That doesn't affect anything until this judge rules on his motion to stay. It's a valid court order, which means the arrest was unlawful. And what you'll hear people say is things like, tell it to the judge. I bonded out. I was given a court date. Went to court the next day at 4 p.m. I was sitting there. I was prepared and, waiting. And I get pulled out into the hallway, and I'm basically told that it's under review. And they don't really know what they're doing yet. Basically just go home. If charges are filed, which they haven't been, there's nothing, no probable cause affidavit, no cause number, no docket, no paperwork whatsoever. It's provided with nothing as well. Just go home. Because it's so lawful that they don't know what to do yet. Think about that. By the way, February 23rd, I believe, the LaPorte Police Department filed a probable cause affidavit and a warrant request for my February 20th public comment, I believe. Disorderly conduct. These are the regular things: disorderly conduct, trespassing, resisting law enforcement, all this made up shit. Anyway, I filed a motion for a probable cause hearing. When I bonded out, the sheriff's department was a little bit confused because they thought I was still out on bond somewhere else for this charge. Well, they contacted the judge, and it was entered on the record officially that they found no probable cause for that as well. So that's two dismissed by the same judge. This one is also in front of that judge. This judge is starting to notice a pattern because, as you may have noticed, Nick Otis claiming multiple things, I have in fact filed, things in support of everything I'm saying. Numerous motions and briefs in numerous courtrooms, all stating the same thing, under penalties of perjury, notarized on the court record. Anybody that knows anything really about the law, in the comments section, truth is expressed in the form of an affidavit, and an unchallenged, under penalties of perjury, notarized on the record affidavit is as good as law. So, there's a motion to dismiss cause with prejudice for the first one. A memorandum and assertion of rights. The dismissal's got a memorandum as well. Memorandum and motion to delay decision. This is the acknowledgement of cause, request for probable cause decision. This is the motion to order disclosure of public records and or remove confidential and attorney work product designations. Because the police are so lawful in all their activities that they're unwilling to provide simple police reports describing their actions and interactions with me, that I have to seek a court order, which I was able to obtain, and the city still uses the threat of force, which is what the police are, to disregard a valid court order, which is what they've been doing. It's what the police do. Hold on, let me turn this off for a minute. Anyway, the point is, if you're going to comment on my shit, understand that I'm actually reading the laws that I'm talking about. I'm actually putting myself at much, much greater risk by putting it all on paper and signing my name to it and putting it on a court record. I learned the law in law libraries in prison. I didn't learn shit from YouTube. I don't really learn a whole lot from the internet. It's good for searching case law. I learn a good bit, but I learned the majority of my shit in prison, which is built around violence. I know violence. Violence is easy. The sword is easy. This is where the difficulty is. If you're gonna come on my YouTube page and comment and applaud violence, understand that what you're saying is, fuck the court order. Fuck this valid court order. Just use violence to disregard it. Which is cool. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But you don't get to play both sides. You don't get to bootlick for the police and then, insist that what you're talking about is law and order. I should be committed and I must be a crazy person. I'm showing up to intimidate people with a court order. A court order is intimidating, but you're applauding the police. I'm confused as to how you can feel both of these ways. These are, you know, I was to the understanding that, people knew it's not really that easy to get a court order. I didn't get my court order from some sovereign citizen or Hawaii or the Postal Service or anything like that. It's my local circuit court judge because I'm going off of Indiana's public access to records laws. I'm going for documents that prove misconduct on multiple levels because I'm tired of watching my community be exploited and extorted by public officials who hide behind attorneys and the police. So, just understand that what you're promoting is anarchy. You are promoting anarchy when you come on my page and insist that your feelings and how you feel about everyone should be treated with respect, even after 3 years of clearly proving that they don't deserve it, which is where I'm at with everything. You don't see me display a whole lot of professional courtesy and respect to these people because they've lost it over time. This is about 3 years in the making, this whole situation. So you don't see me display it because they don't deserve it at this point. Anyone that you see in my videos is likely involved at this point, especially old white secretary ladies, because they're the gatekeepers to the information and records, and I have signatures on a lot of paperwork that I know you either read enough to sign on the line, which makes you kind of know what the fuck is going on. Silence is consent. A lot of silent bystanders are basically have lost my respect. They've all lost my respect at this point because nobody's chosen to handle anything the correct way. And you can call me a liar in my YouTube videos all you want, but nobody has called me a liar on the record, on the docket. Nobody's filed a single piece of paperwork challenging a single word that I've written down, other than judges dismissing things. The only results really are court orders. All these attorneys that are involved, that I call morons, are because they don't file anything in response to what I'm saying. You can call me a liar sitting in your office with the police surrounding me all you want, but an attorney who is deemed to know the law, according to the comments section, no attorneys have ever filed anything in response to what I'm filing. And I'm not being arrested for anything I'm filing. If I'm such a thorn in everyone's side, I'd be arrested for something, right? Penalties of perjury. Hell, if I'm lying, you'd think somebody would sue me. I'd be hard pressed to find that the 11 attorneys that are under contract with the city right now, I'm not slandering anybody by my accusations of misconduct and retaliation, things of this nature. At some point, I'd be sued, and at some point, I'd be arrested if there was any merit to a lot of the things that these people are saying in the videos. But officially, in the paperwork that I have a good bit of, their asses are not covered, and they're worried about it. And that's why there's multiple police officers that respond. Specifically, the insinuation that someone is using a threat of a court order is somehow what you see as the problem here is very telling about why things are the way they are in most small towns and communities. Because a lot of people have let their emotions decide all of this. And you're giving these people money, but you're giving them power. And with power comes responsibility. These people have negated their responsibility to a good bit of America, period. Most people are not happy with their local public officials and governments. That's why you keep voting them in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out, because you keep wanting change. You keep wanting these people to do what they say they're going to do. I'm actually trying to force them to do it the proper way. And as someone who has a social cue problem, it's very discouraging to watch people applaud violence as law and order, and then confuse an actual lawful order as violence. So, for everyone watching my videos, I understand that not all my followers are fans, but to the people who are supportive, thank you very much. To the people who know their shit, good job. Keep on reading. That's how we get there with all this. For the people who don't like me, I don't care. Most of you probably don't even like yourselves. With that, I have other shit to do. Despite what you may believe, don't live off of, government benefits through your tax dollars or whatever. It's actually probably your local governmental representative that's doing that. I do have other shit to do. Well as I do like to do a bunch of other stuff in my free time as well, other than this. This is not all I do. Just basically to say what I'm trying to say. With that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys, have fun. Thank you for watching the video once again. Even if you hate me, doesn't really matter. You're giving me feedback and things to address, to go ahead and provide clarity as we go. So thank you for the negative comments as well. You guys have a good day. Stay safe.